It's spooky.
Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Pastatime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, this is Adam Diaz,
Hello.
And we read pastas. JK, LOL. We are reading creepypasta today. Those are...
Creepypastas are the
I thought
wonderful...
that'd be more natural.
Like, that wasn't natural at all. It's when you go to the store during spooky season and you buy pasta from the pasta aisle. So we got penne, thin spaghetti, angel hair, which for the spooky season will be known as devil's hair. Oh, shit. No, seriously, creepypastas are fictional short stories that are posted on the interwebs in places like creepypasta.com, No Sleep Podcast, various other forums, and some stories that are sent directly to us by our wonderful listeners, the spooky friends.
No Sleep Podcast, or like the No Sleep subreddit?
No Sleep subreddit, excuse me. I always forget that's a thing. We're going to be reading 4 of those today, and I think I have relatively shorter ones. Robin has relatively longer ones. I'm pretty excited to do it. If you have a creepypasta that you have read and you're like, oh man, they really should read this on the show, hit us up on any of our social medias. Robin, let folks know where they can hit us up to suggest or send their own creepypasta.
Sorry. You can send them to storytime at scaryish.com, or you can go to our website. No, Pastatime.
Pastatime at scaryish.com.
Or you can go to our website, fill out the contact us page, and it gets emailed to us that way.
Indeed. And then any of our social medias, we've got a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and yeah, we'd love to hear from you. So I believe I'm going to be going first this evening.
You go, girl.
And I'm going to be starting with a creepypasta entitled Stairs. Goes like this. In 1984...
Y'all remember 1984, right?
It's a year before I was born. There lived an old widowed lady. I love when they start with, there lived. Like, that just sounds like a story. There lived an old widowed lady by herself in a 2-story house who was completely immobile and bound to her wheelchair. Ever since the mysterious death of her husband, she required the aid of a carer who would visit her daily to help her with everyday tasks. What made it even more difficult was the fact that the 2 floors of the house were only connected by an old staircase inside. When the old lady needed to move between the 2 floors, the carer would have to carry her frail body like an infant up and down the stairs.
All right.
One day, the police received a call from the widow. There had been a murder. Since police units were scarce at the time, this is not believable to me, but since police units were scarce at the time and the murderer had already fled the scene, only one detective was sent out to conduct the initial crime scene report. He arrived to see the carer's body splayed out on the floor with her vocal cords ripped out and a pool of blood on the first level of the house, with the old lady atop the staircase in her wheelchair watching him, still and silently, seemingly in shock.
I'm going to say she ripped out the vocal cords herself because she a vampire or something.
So let me read the next line. He could immediately rule her out as a suspect. Seems sus, right?
Okay.
Due to her inability to move up and down the stairs, and because she was trapped up there at the time the murder took place. It was similar to the death of her husband many years ago, who had suffocated in his sleep on the couch downstairs. The detective put on his gloves, took photos, swabbed for evidence, and covered the body until the coroner arrived later. All routine business. He scoped the house downstairs for any clues, then asked the old lady if he could look upstairs. She insisted that she was upstairs the whole time and no one apart from her had been up there all day. But regardless of this, the detective ascended the staircase, to which she hesitantly moved aside. Beyond the staircase, there was a narrow corridor with 3 closed doors along it.
Why don't you just reread that whole shit right there?
It's good. He checked behind each of the doors. The empty bedroom, nothing. The bathroom, nothing. He became anxious as he slowly made his way to the final bedroom where the old lady slept. He opened it, and everything looked normal. A bed, a wardrobe, a lion, a witch, just kidding, just the wardrobe, and a bedside table with a lamp. He checked every wall of the room in horror, as it was not what he discovered, but it was what he did not discover that made him stop dead in his tracks and slowly reach for his gun in its holster. It was a detail so minor that they had completely overlooked it on the last investigation of the husband's death. There was no phone upstairs. He suddenly heard a noise as he withdrew his gun and rushed out of the room, only to find an empty wheelchair atop the stairs.
So I assume she was able to climb the stairs the whole time.
Obvi. There's no phone upstairs, and she's the one that called the cops, and she's upstairs when he gets there.
Yeah.
So clearly it was her, and she's like, she's hit the feds, and she just takes off and leaves her wheelchair behind.
Okay.
Can you imagine finding out that a person you've been carrying up and down stairs for like every day since their husband passed away was 1, a murderer, and 2, could have just walked up those stairs by themselves? Yeah. Nice little way to start the show. It's like a little like solids. I mean, September 1st, I keep getting told by one of my coworkers, is the first day of Halloween. So nice way to start the first day of Halloween with like a solid, short, but creepy pasta.
So that means I get to celebrate my birthday for 2 months?
You pretty much do anyways.
Fuck yes!
So. But the credit for that one goes to Jack. That is the only name that is associated with this store. But shout out to you, Jack. I actually really like this one. So,
nice.
Good stuff.
Nice,
Good way to start the show. All right, so let's look over into Stream Chat, see what you wonderful folks had to say. I will say, if we're going to go ahead and say who was the first person to either channel, it was assuredly Captain Fake Eye, who was here at like 5:36 p.m., a full hour early.
Nice.
Shout out to you, Captain Fake Eye.
And we know you're exhausted from recording yourself.
Exactly. Actually, when I was getting onto the channel, I had opened up the Restream app, and there was nothing there, and it was like 6 o'clock. So I was like, oh, no one's here early. And then I got onto I got onto Twitch, and I was like, all right, let's open my like side view, my side dashboard, and Twitch showed me that you were here like 25 minutes before I even opened Restream. So I was like, dang, she's early.
Also, shout out to I'm What's for Dinner, who resubscribed.
For the 20th month.
Yeah.
The message was, redeem one, you merely adopted the darkness. And I'll toss in I was born in it, molded by it.
What did we watch where that happened? We watched a movie.
It was something so silly.
It was
Was it a dog?
No, it was a movie. It was like a horror movie, but more of like one of those murder horror movies.
I can't remember, but I definitely started quoting it.
Yes, because It's like one of those home invasion type movies.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. And the chick,
Yeah.
the Australian chick in the movie, was like a total badass.
Yes.
And she was fighting someone who was like trying to hide, and she was already in the
And
darkness.
she was knocking out all the light bulbs.
Yeah, and I was like,
And-
darkness is her ally. You merely adopted the darkness. It was a fun movie to watch. What was it called again?
I fucking wish I remembered. And the movie that we were talking about last time that we brought up was called The Old Ways.
Yes.
Someone let us know on Facebook.
This is Elizabeth. Let us know on Facebook.
Facebook? Okay.
I thought it was on Netflix. Robin thought it was on Hulu, so I checked Netflix. Robin checked Hulu, and I didn't see anything that I thought was right on the like previously watched
Yeah.
list. So either way, The Old Ways, I actually really enjoyed that one.
I
too.
did enjoy that one.
Okay, so a few more shout outs. Shout out to Elizabeth Tree for redeeming a drink 2 minutes ago. Laura Ann and Chunkster for all redeeming drinks.
This week I have that Smirnoff Red, White, and Berry vodka
Freedom.
with cranberry grape juice and some coconut water. Because you gotta be healthy somewhere, right?
Wow. I have a line of Googlesberry Wise, which is the last one. It must be because I couldn't find any last week, and then I found like a hidden one, and I thought to myself, "Damn, next week, man, I'm gonna have to drink some random shitty seltzer water or definitely skunked beer." And Robin
should
came up
taste
with
that
this,
one and see
and I
if
was
it's good.
so relieved. It'll be good enough.
Okay, because it says June 21.
It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. All right, let's look over into the stream chat. Also, Glitch just redeemed a drink as well, so we got 4 to start the show.
All right, I already did one.
All right. I'm going to do one.
How's it taste?
Very berry-y. It's pretty standard.
Okay, cool.
So, Glitch was the second person in the chat and said, woo. Vivian is over there on YouTube. Welcome, Vivian. Lisbeth Tree is here as well. Saul over in YouTube. Alisa is over there in YouTube. Says, first time here. Thank you for joining us, Alisa.
Welcome. You came on a week where we look like shit.
I think I look like shit. I think you look fine.
Because I have a t-shirt on and I'm not
I
even...
do too. And it's one of our merch t-shirts. Alien, Ghost, Demon, stuff, and Scaryish. I don't remember what else it says. I didn't want to look down. Tiny Dance Nation, Vet Tech Cats are also here. Vivian said, welcome, glad to have you, which is very nice.
What?
What?
It's our merch. You don't even remember what it says?
No! You read it. You can see it.
Aliens, ghosts, and demons, and true crime, and cryptids, and Scaryish. Well, it's a
You fucking
different
rearranged
order.
them.
But, you know.
You did true crime before cryptids.
Doesn't matter. I just knew what
Oh,
was
all
on
of a
there.
sudden it doesn't matter. Ow. Shout out to IMB Trainer for resubscribing with Prime Gaming for the 16th month. Says, here's to SpookyCon 2021. Pretty excited because I got to see Captain Fake Eye's cat for the first time ever. And I'm like, oh my god, I get to hang out with that cat at some point. I got super, super excited. So,
I gotta do something about this.
about what?
My bangs.
Her bangs.
Bangs.
She's not liking her bangs. She's gonna cut them all live on the stream. Donation goal, Robin. How much money to have you cut your bangs on the stream?
Never.
She said $1 million. So start donating. All right. Gonna keep streaming, scrolling, excuse me. Kind of Figure says, oh my god, I can't get the thing to cast. That's annoying. VetTech Cat says, I see Twitch Songs Talkie Balls tonight. Enzo Matrix is also having problems with Twitch. It's very, very frustrating, but I'm happy that we have alternatives like Facebook and YouTube for folks to pop over to if they're having problems with Twitch. All right.
I'm gonna pin my thing back.
So this is the Adam Show with Adam only. Vivian says, but speaking of least favorite months, question of the week. What are your favorite and least favorite months of the year and why? That's a good question. For a long time, February was my least favorite month because my grandfather passed away on Valentine's Day. And I thought it's a short month and I'm not a fan of it because of that specific reason. But at this point, I'm okay with it. I really don't have a least favorite month. I think my favorite month of the year is probably December because I absolutely love Christmas and I get a Christmas vacation again. So December is kind of my go-to, but I also really love May. I was born May 11th. A bunch of my friends were all born on Mays too. It was kind of fun. We were telling Captain Fake Eye she's born on May 8th. My friend Garrett is born on May 6th. He's 5 days older than me. We have like 10 friends who are all gathered around like May 6th to May 13th. We used to have like one giant party.
What the fuck?
Something fell and hit my leg. It hurt so much. It went that way. All right, let's keep scrolling. There was a lot of vicious kills going on. I was watching the battles commencing while you were all waiting. Eve says, yeah, and some boozy drinks. Alisa says, I think October is my favorite month because Halloween. And then November and December just whiz by with all the holidays and cool weather.
I think my favorite is October. I love Halloween. I love fall, you know. And then my least favorite has to be August, July, you know.
Because it's so hot.
The hot months.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Emmanuel over there in Facebook says, how one joins the fight on the screen? You'd have to be in the Twitch. If you just talk, if you type any chat in the Twitch, that little game will pick up your chat and it'll give you an icon on the screen to fight. If you're in YouTube or Facebook, it does not recognize the chat. They haven't integrated that yet. And you know what? It's a free game, so I feel bad complaining to them about it, and I'm sure they're working on it. All right. Gonna keep scrolling. I'm Beatrice. It's been a long day with my physical therapy having started today. My dad's also in physical therapy, and things are going well for him, so I hope things are going well for you. Captain Fega asks, how is everyone doing? Gross, huh?
It's a lot of vodka.
Wow. And what's your says, Adam, may I say, you are just oozing sexuality. Why, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you are. Wink.
Thanks. Lizardry says, fought all through dinner to get my kids to eat food I cooked, but besides that, great. How about you? All right, gonna keep scrolling. Glitch says he's sleepy and tired of people, but not spooky friends. That's good to know.
Captain Pink Guy says, laying in bed after recording. I'm all tired out from talking to people all day. I bet, especially being in the medical field where you're talking to people that can be dickheads. It's rough.
I will say today was a fairly easy day for me. However, I have a lot of meetings on Wednesdays, and Robin was home for the last one. And I just usually have my door closed and I talk to my boss. It's scheduled for 30 minutes. It usually goes 35, 45 minutes. And like almost immediately, she just decided to get up, open the door, walk out. The dog came in. The dog started pawing at me. She came in. She burped. I'm sitting here. I'm like, God damn it. Like, these are usually so peaceful. And then I'm talking to my boss just about nerd stuff. And all of a sudden I feel like a dog nose on the side of my head. And she had picked up our Shiba and was like poking me in the face with her. I'm just like, I'm glad this isn't a professional meeting where I need to be like, you know, professional. But my boss thought it was funny. So overall, I had a pretty busy day, but it wasn't hard at all. So they actually might have fixed one of my biggest bugs on my game. I'm really excited about that. I've had a bug that's been hanging over my head for almost a year now.
Trying to think of a really big bug.
It's like a cicada. It's like the cicada, but it doesn't hide. It stays out for 17 years. I'm hoping they fixed it. All right, let's keep scrolling. Glitch says it was Detective Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman, a.k.a. They're fucked. Regarding the guy who was checking on the old lady. That makes sense. Laura Ann says, I hope therapy gets better. Kaylin over there in YouTube says, I love September.
It makes me excited for fall. Me too.
Fair enough. I like September as well because that's when the leaves start changing color back home.
I like September because there's Labor Day.
We get that off now. At least I get that off. Robin's had that off for a while.
Yeah.
All right.
Work for the government. You get a lot of holidays.
It's true. Scroll.
Not that I work for the government.
You've already said you do.
Oh, yeah.
So, gonna scroll. Elizabeth Tree says, I'm officially allowed to start decorating for Halloween in my cube at work. That's awesome.
I'm What's Her Dinner says, any sales happening in the merch shop? I need to get some Scaryish clothes to cover my disgusting body. I think I'm going to do a 20% off for patrons this month and next month. Just for Halloween. All the patrons are going to get 20% off, but I'll make a code and then I'll put it in the Patreon website thing tonight.
Post on Patreon.
Yeah.
And don't call your body disgusting. Don't disparage your body. I'm sure your body's rocking.
I'm sure you're oozing with sexuality.
Yeah, I'm sure you ooze sexuality. All right. Captain Vega says, I can never have a couple massages with the hubs. He is too ticklish. Robin keeps offering to do a massage with me, which I would absolutely love, but we have not done that yet.
Thank you so much.
Shout out to 911 Girl for donating 100 bits. And they said also, hello.
Hello.
Hello. You're Next was the name of the movie that we were watching.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
911 Girl, thank you for reminding us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. Like, it was very... it wasn't your typical home invasion type movie, you know? It was very suspenseful, very fun. Reminded me of Knives Out type thing. Yeah. No, is it Knives Out?
No, not Knives Out. Ready or Not.
Ready or Not, that one.
It's just like Oh, wow. Yeah, you shouldn't have fucked with this chick. She's hardcore.
You're not hardcore unless you love hardcore. Captain Fake Guy says, oh no, I have to decorate for SpookyCon.
Now I'm going to be self-conscious because I usually just get a pumpkin for my apartment. We usually do like a couple things at most.
Yeah, we have a couple Halloween things. 911 girl got me like a Mickey jack-o'-lantern, like a porcelain.
Oh yeah, that thing's super cool.
It's not porcelain. What is it? Ceramic. That's what it is.
Lauren says, I think you meant to say, oh yay, I get to decorate for SpookyCon. It's a lot of pressure on Captain Fake Eye, so no pressure. You don't have to decorate a single thing.
You don't have to decorate a single thing. We'll just cover Adam in a bunch of Halloween lights.
Sure, works.
He'll just sit in the corner of the apartment.
Captain Vegas says, I hate decorating for anything because I'm horrible at it, but I can bake cakes.
I love Halloween decorations. I do not love Halloween decorations in my home.
I love cake. So, all right.
It's really weird. I love people when they decorate their homes and they make them all like spooky and Halloween looking, and it's super cute. But I'm like, look at our fucking office, okay? I'm not adding Halloween shit on top of all the stuff that clutters our office already. Like,
I'd say 5% of this is mine.
It's that
most of it's the microphones.
I'm a hoarder of figures.
The capital W.
Anime figures are my weakness. It's bad. And Gundams. I spent a lot of money on that shit.
Robin, what's your favorite kind of cake? Is it red velvet?
No.
Oh yeah, you don't like chocolate.
No. I like white cake.
White cake.
Like I like butter cake. I like vanilla cake. I like carrot cake. I like cheesecake.
There you go.
I like a lot of cake. I love cake.
Emmanuel over there in Facebook says, "You look pretty. Stop." Thank you.
You do.
I appreciate that. Lisa says, "You guys look great. You guys are being very, very nice."
No, I am coming off of having been in school since 8:30 this morning, and I was rushing this morning to get ready. And I get to school, the lab took 3 hours, and then I had class, and then I came home, and then I had more class, and then I had a meeting with my group for our design project.
She had to interrupt my meeting with my boss. And so much work.
Yeah, and then I've been con prepping because we leave tomorrow morning, like super fucking early in the morning, and I still have to pack for the con. I still have to pack clothes for the weekend, and oh, guys.
I have to edit the episode as soon as we're done with it and get it scheduled. Then we're going to have to record an episode while we're on the road using a Yeti and hopefully my work laptop. And I have to edit it on the road as well. It's going to be a lot of work.
By on the road, he just means at the hotel that we're going to stay.
And not with my PC that has all my editing software.
Yeah.
So, yeah, on the road.
So we're going to be real tired. My hair's just greasy and disgusting. At least you got to take a shower and get all nice.
It's still pretty greasy, though.
I thought you took a shower.
I did, but I didn't shampoo my hair. I was told not to shampoo my hair 2 days in a row by someone who says that it dries out your scalp.
It does.
Ow. All right. The Snark says allergy pills, and I'm glad Snark said that because if we're going to some place that's not filled with dead vegetation like the desert, I should probably bring some because I used to have those. Going to keep scrolling. The cat is hypoallergenic, but bring your allergy pills and inhalers regardless.
I will take that cat and smush it to my face.
She really will. Entomatrix says, I think Twitch is just messing with the fam. It started working just fine for me once the opening music started. Sometimes when it first starts, you just might have to refresh it because it is kind of a pain in the ass. The Snark says their birthday is May 28th. Laura Ann is May 17th.
May babies.
And Kaylin says May 6th birthday here. Woo!
Dang.
Kaylin, are you really Garrett in disguise? You can tell us if you are. All right, gonna keep scrolling.
Garrett in disguise.
Says June 9th, 6-9. Nice.
Nice.
All right, going to keep scrolling. Snark says, oh my god, East Coast in October. I can bring my coat.
Okay, see, the thing is, I looked up the weather, and it's not going to be cold enough to wear, like, the coat that I wish I could wear, you know? But maybe I'll bring it anyway. I don't know. Fuck.
We'll see. We got time.
I love fall weather. I love cool weather. I'm sad that we're going to go to Sacramento. It's not going to be, like, freezing or anything. It's going to be 90 degrees. It's going to be
we're going at the beginning of September, so it's not like it's going to be freezing. All right. IMB Trance's least favorite month is August because it's the hottest month usually, and I consider it to be the one filled with the most murderous intent. That's hilarious. I will say back home where I'm from, the summers don't have the murderous intent because the winters literally kill people back home.
Summers kill people,
but I'm talking about back home for me, specifically, my experience. Jung says, LOL, October is Adam's favorite because of Robin's birthday. Yes, I'd like to change my answer to October because I get to shower my love with all the things that she wants. Captain Fake Guy says, yes, it might be cool and actually fall here.
Ooh. Might be, though. My coworker was saying it could be like summer still, like randomly really hot. So we'll see. I don't know. They're from the East Coast. That's what they told me. I have no idea. I Almost Journey says, favorite month, November, because it's just starting to get cold, but not too cold. There's pumpkin spice, eggnog, cider. I fucking love eggnog. Thanksgiving is coming, and as a fat man, I love Thanksgiving. Least favorite is February because it's cold and awful. I enjoy February, but I'm West Coast February, not East Coast February, so it's completely different. You know?
I grew up Midwest February. You know,
to me, February is just like Valentine's Day.
Thanksgiving for me is like Christmas light. It's like rehearsal for Christmas, where I get to make my turkey and decide whether or not that's what I want to go with. Even though it's supposed to be a Christmas ham for most people, I go with Christmas turkey.
You're my Christmas ham.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Captain
I want to slice
says,
you up.
Love me my sweaters. Maya over there on YouTube says, least favorite is November. I lost my aunt in 2006 due to heart attack and kidney failure just weeks before her birthday.
That's really sad.
That's
I'm
very
so sorry
sad.
for your loss.
Every time I think you're about to read, you just burp. You burp and you blow it out, and then you decide not to read. Vivian says, I'm painting one of my friends. That sounds like fun.
Captain Fake Guy says, if I could wear nothing but sundresses for the rest of my life, I'd be happy.
Some dresses?
Sundresses.
Gonna keep scrolling. Captain Vega says, I'm originally from SoCal, so I hate the cold, and the cold starts at 60 degrees, lol. They used to let 60 degrees was the temperature that on the playground we could take our coats off when we were kids, because that meant it was finally warm, which is funny because that's where it, like the threshold is in the opposite direction for cold. Gonna keep going. Nefcor has redeemed a drink. We still have I have at least 4 drinks to go, so I should probably get on those. I'll let Robin take over and read. Here's the mouse.
Let's see. Silly Snuggle Kid says, hi, finally remember this stream is Wednesday. Hello. I'm Listener says, I'm oozing something, but it's not sexuality. All right.
Gross.
Glitch says, just come to my house. This has been Halloween since last year, plus more now. I'm actually going to stop the chat here, just so I can start reading because it's almost 7 o'clock.
Have you done all of your drinks?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, I still have 2 more
wait,
to go.
hold on. I got a new one because Nefcor redeemed a drink. That's a weird sound. It's glass on glass, but that did not sound like it.
It's because you clinked the neck. No. It's cold and wet. This is like really condensating more than it typically does in the desert. It must be humid outside or something.
Or just old.
Drink your drink. Yeah, because the age of the beer definitely contributes to the condensation level on the outside of it. Thanks, Professor Robin. One more.
Hey, I'm not in chemistry, okay?
Leinenkugels. What are you doing? Why are you trying to grab my beer out of my hand?
I'm trying to finger your...
Get out of here. Why would you try and do that? You're trying to spill beer all over the office is what I'm hearing. Don't hit me. Just read.
All right. Okay, so...
Stop. Shama Show 1 has redeemed another drink. Cheers.
Fucking fuck. You're such a stupid bitch. Okay.
That's good stuff. I think that's 5 of our 6. Nope, that's all 6. Robin's drink is almost gone. My beer is half gone. And she's getting to the bottom where all the vodka lives.
No. I was trying to swallow it. It's really cold. The Snark says, I like white cake too, Robin. Larry has cake.
Wow.
Because he's got a fat ass, like, with a PH. Like, damn, he's got cake.
Wow. The 90s wants its slang back.
I
really thought I was about to get hit right there.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to get into my first story of the episode here. And it is titled, My Father Punished Me When I Talked to Ghosts. I bet there's people out there that actually had family members that were like, don't talk about it.
Oh, if I told my dad I talked to ghosts, my dad probably would have kicked me out of the house for sure. So,
all right. It begins.
What
was that face?
You said it begins. I decided to recenter myself. Marking it. Gotta fix this now.
I've been blind since birth. As I grew up, everything was described to me in such vivid detail that I didn't even realize why it was that important to see, especially having no reference point to compare to. We lived in a single-floor ranch house, jealous, that's so rare to find out here, That's what Father told me. In my mind, of course, I could see, although unlike how In my mind, of course, I could see, although unlike how a sighted person could. I had spatial awareness. I knew where my bedroom was, where the bathroom, living room, and kitchen were. Each wall had its own texture. I don't know if that was done on purpose or if I could feel things others never noticed. I rarely fell over, only if Father or one of the visitors put something somewhere they shouldn't have. It was usually the visitors, and Father would shout. Of course, it's like defending your kid, right? Like,
sounds kind of creepy just calling them the visitors.
They visited infrequently and only briefly when they did. Father said I shouldn't speak to them, that it unsettled him. He'd worry when I saw something he didn't, saw it with my ears or by touch. Ellie was the first. She seemed very sweet. She asked me my name and why my face was so messed up. She was in the living room. I could hear where she sat from her breaths. Harsh nasal sounds as if her nose was blocked. When Father had a cold, he'd always breathe through his mouth, big, labored breaths, as he wasn't used to it. When people mentioned my face, I always touched it, trying to work out why it was so strange to them. When I asked if I could touch theirs, there was always a pause. I guessed sighted people never did that. Why would they need to? When I asked Ellie if I could touch her face, she reluctantly agreed, but moments later, Father entered the room and asked me who I was speaking to. I told him nobody. He would always punish me when I spoke about them. I think it scared him. He'd take my arm and march me off. I'd be knocked off balance and disoriented to the point where, when he finally set me down, my hands would frantically search my surroundings until I knew where I was. It was usually my bedroom, though every now and then he'd leave me outside in the middle of nowhere.
That's fucked up.
That was the worst. I would be lost and scared. He told me about the road that ran in front of the house and explained that the sounds I heard were cars, that they'd kill me if they touched me. Those sounds were my only means of recognizing my surroundings. I waited until I heard one, and then knew which way to run back to the house. I heard Ellie that evening. She whispered to me, saying she was scared. I whispered back, but she didn't hear. I asked Father about Ellie. He didn't want to talk about her.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and toss out my Robin predictions here and try and ruin your story. This guy kidnaps kids. He kidnapped this kid specifically because this kid is blind and can't run away. The ghosts that this kid is seeing are the ghosts of all the kids that he's murdered in this house. That's why the kid knows if he hears cars to run back, and they're probably not even cars. Waiting for that little twist at the end. Continue.
I asked him why. He didn't reply. When I told him that she asked about my face, he asked how I responded. I told him I wanted to touch hers, and he laughed, though I knew he wasn't happy. I could hear the difference. When you laugh for pleasure, your mouth is wide open. When you pretend, your mouth is almost closed. To me, the difference is...
Yeah, accurate description.
To me, the difference is obvious. It wasn't until I was older that he explained. He said we lived in a special place connected to, quote-unquote, the other world. That sometimes dead people slip through, people who died in pain and wanted to reach the living. He explained that because I couldn't see, I was able to tune into that they knew I was listening when others weren't. He said I had to ignore it, otherwise, he told me, they'd latch on and never leave me. All the dead want is to be alive again, he said. It was dangerous, and they would trick me. He said he knew how to deal with them, but he couldn't help if they became attached to me. Alex appeared to me a few years later. She told me she was lost and didn't know where she was. I told her I wasn't allowed to speak to her. Still, she pleaded for help. I kept quiet.
Wait, what if these kids aren't dead? What if these are other kids? Oh, man. New twist. Record scratch. Continue. That's not a record scratch. I mean, kind of is, I suppose.
I kept quiet, knowing what would happen if I said anything. Did you speak to them? Father asked. Though I was upset, I told him no. I wish I could I wished I could help her. I wished I could help her. I knew what it was like to be lost, and it scared me. Alex didn't whisper to me at all. Alex didn't whisper to me at all. I'd ignored her, and she ignored me. Father saved me, and I was thankful. After Alex, I knew what I needed to do, so I did it. The spirits stopped bothering me after that for a very long time. That was until Sarah appeared. Sarah didn't give me a chance to be quiet. I was on my own, sitting in the living room and listening to the television. "Help," she said. "I need to find a way out." I stayed silent. "You can hear me, can't you?" she asked, surprised. "I'm not allowed to speak to you," I told her. "Please," she begged. "I'm scared. I'm lost. I want to see my daddy." I gripped the arms of the chair and told her I wasn't allowed. "He's dead," she said. I didn't answer. "Your father is dead," she said again. I wasn't going to fall for it. I heard banging from around the room as things began to fly, and the shelves began to shake. "Stop it," I shouted, and it did. "Please help me leave," she said. I wasn't going to talk to her. I did the only thing I thought would help. I unlocked the front door, hoping she'd run out and get lost, just like I would do. When I heard from her no more, I locked the door and sat back down. I listened intently for any signs she was still there. Except for the signs of the TV, it was silent. I hated when my heart raced. I became all too aware of the tick-tock feeling of the rise and fall within my chest, not to be confused with the app, like it was about to explode. When I heard my father's voice, I screamed. "Son," he said, "I need your help. I think I'm dying." Probably it was more like, "Son, I need your help. I think I'm dying." Probably like that.
I like that one, yeah.
I did what he told me to do. I didn't speak. If he did die, he'd never leave me. If he did die... No, I read that right.
You did.
Instead, I raced out into the open air and shouted for help. I shouted until my voice was hoarse. I heard the sounds of cars racing along the road in front of my house. I shouted until I heard someone respond. It was a woman.
She said, "Shut up!"
"What's wrong?" they asked. I told them I think my father was dying. They asked what had happened to my face. I pleaded with them to help me, and they promised they would. I sat down on the grass and waited. Sometime later, the woman returned to me and asked if she could hold my hand. "I'm so sorry," she told me. I heard the sounds of sirens and of the people rushing. I asked what was going on. The woman said she was there for me. As the noise died down, a man asked me a question. "I'm a paramedic," he said. "What happened to your face?" I told him I was fine. He asked if I was sure, and I told him I was. He asked if I minded him touching my face. I said it was okay. A moment later, I felt a pressure release from around my forehead, and the air felt cold against my skin. It sounded as if he were peeling an orange. I imagined that in my head, I imagined that
You're leaning out of the camera too. You've been doing the whole episode.
I imagined that in my head and worried he'd expose my insides. I screamed and asked what he was doing. He told me everything was going to be okay. And the woman squeezed my hand, telling me to be brave. I didn't know what it was I was experiencing. I felt a tight pain within my head, like when you smash your shin against something hard, followed by something I've come to understand as bright. It hurt so much I began to cry. "What happened to your eyes?" the paramedic asked. I said I was blind. He asked to check them. The pain returned when he examined them. "Do you know him?" the man asked the woman who had helped me. She told him that I'd been screaming for help and that she'd come to my aid, but that she'd never met me before. "How long have you had your eye injury?" he asked me. I told him I'd been blind from birth. He asked me if I could see his fingers. I told him no. He asked if I could open my eyes. I said I didn't know what he meant. He asked if he could open them for me. I didn't respond. Then I felt his fingers on my face. Fingers covered in something rubbery. Suddenly, it became bright again, and I screamed. He tried to calm me. The woman squeezed my hand again. I didn't know what was happening. Things I couldn't describe came to me. It was like it always was, but multiplied 100-fold and so much more real. I carried on screaming as a fuzzy form came into view. Just breathe, okay? The paramedic said. Everything will be fine. When was the last time you saw? As my heart began to calm and my breathing slowed, I became distracted by what I was experiencing. It overwhelmed me. I wanted to cry, and I did. How long has it been? He asked again. I've never seen anything before, I told him. I was told to keep an eye mask on for most of the day, only taking it off at night at first to allow my eyes time to adjust.
It's like Neo when he wakes up out of the Matrix.
At the same time, I was placed in the custody of my aunt and uncle and didn't even know it at first. They were shocked at what happened to me and that I had never attended school. The past few years have been a roller coaster ride. The doctor said I may never have perfect vision, though what little I have is a godsend, and I'll take what I can get. I've only recently been learning to read and write, so I apologize if my English isn't that great. It's the best I can do. I've been asking my aunt what happened to my father, but all she says is that he died of a heart attack. I asked what sort of man he was. She says he was her brother and that she'll love him no matter what. That's not good.
Nope.
My uncle doesn't want to talk about him at all. I've been using the computer a lot recently and really enjoying the internet. Everyone enjoys the internet, right? Until they find something they don't. I can't believe such a thing exists. After being so lonely for so long, I can talk to whoever I want, when I want. Though I'm wary of that. I would be too. You should be too, all of you out there. After all, how do I know if who I'm speaking to is alive? No one seems to share my father's concerns about that. Today, I was on a forum discussing the spirit world. I was so happy to find people who I could relate to. And someone curious about my username sent me a link to an article on a true crime website. It was about my father and even mentioned me by name. They asked me who I was and if I was the same person. According to that article, my mother had gone missing soon after my birth. It said I'd been bound so that I couldn't see, that my father always wanted a daughter. They found 14 bodies in the basement. They said one got away. A girl by the name of Sarah Frank. She was the one to call the police. They found my father's car parked around the back of the house. They supposed he carried a victim into the basement via the storm entrance and left them there. Sarah had managed to get away after she agreed to be his daughter following 4 days of sustained torture. She stabbed him with a knife that he'd placed on the counter to butter some toast. Fuck yeah, survival instincts, right? You do what you gotta do. I didn't want to believe it, and I'm not sure I would have if it weren't for the names of the victims, 2 of which stuck out. Ellie Farmer and Alex Riddle. I'd spoken to them both in the living room. To this day, I wonder if my father had been honest with me about a single thing in life. Throughout it all, one question remains above all others. Did I speak to Ellie and Alex before or after he killed them? That's... What?
It's a really good story.
It's a really good story. Like, the fact that at the end it's like, were they alive or weren't they? You don't know.
That's what my question was too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. I really enjoyed this story.
You just can't trust anything the dad told the daughter whatsoever. So you got to kind of assume they probably would have been dead. Or otherwise he would have introduced them like, hey, here's your new sister, you know?
Yeah. Oh, well, this is a boy.
I know.
Yeah.
He said he always wanted a daughter. That's why he was kidnapping girls.
Oh, but
that's why he would introduce them, these girls, as, hey, here's your new sister.
No. Before that, you said, I thought you called him a daughter.
No.
Okay. It sounded
cool.
like it.
I think you were just excited to correct me like always.
No.
So I'll go ahead and mark that, and I'll listen back and I'll play it for you when I confirm whether or not you were right.
Okay, cool.
But she won't be. So, yeah, I think it's super, super interesting, though. It's a solid story. Toss out the credit for the person who wrote the story.
Credit to Edwin Crow for writing the story. It's a very, very good story.
Indeed, it is. So, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go over in Stream Chat, see what you wonderful folks thought of that story as well. I'm like 99.9% sure I did not call him a her, but we will find out in the future. It's one for future Adam to check out.
Or someone can just make a clip.
And you can if you want. It feels kind of like a waste of time. Let's scroll a little bit. Glitch says, yeah, June babies, Glitch Gemini, boo on Gemini.
Enzo Matrix asked if I've ever had French cheesecake, which I have. And I've had Japanese cheesecake. I've had lots of cheesecake. I fucking love cheesecake. New York cheesecake. Cheap ass cheesecake.
Robin's about to do her fucking Forrest Gump thing about cheesecake. Everyone strap on. I'm just joking about the Gemini thing. I don't need all of you Geminis going fucking batshit crazy yet again. Elisa over there in YouTube says, I think there's a statistic that crimes go up in the summer months. Murderous intent, indeed.
I'm What's a Dinner redeemed a high five.
I'm pretty sure I Am Beef Trainer redeemed a high five.
That's what I said.
You said I'm What's for Dinner.
Oh,
Confirmed.
I can't read from here.
Confirmed.
You know that, right?
Also, shout out to Captain Fake Guy for donating 500 bits.
Woo-woo!
Thank you very
so much,
Captain Fake Guy. Vivian says, I gotta go early. I'm very tired and have school in the morning. Bye,
Glitch
guys.
says 60 is not cold, just saying. Fuck yeah, it is. It's cold out here. I wish it could be 60. If it could be 60 out here, that'd be a dream.
60 is not cold.
60 is cold for me.
I will keep scrolling. Chunk says, LOL, a lot of December birthdays because some parents had too much fun for Valentine's Day. That's funny and accurate. Gonna keep scrolling.
I don't think we do anything special for Valentine's Day usually. We have dinner. Like Valentine's night dinner, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
It doesn't turn into a fuck fest after, though.
Wow, dude. Just share our sex life with everyone. Good call, Robin. Jesus.
Hey, I think people should just do it every day of the year.
There you go. That means that, anything could happen. You never know. Lizzie says, in Indiana, it can rain, snow, and be 80 in one day. It's like that a lot of places. When you live in Indiana, you think it's just Indiana. And I've come to learn that it's actually like that lots of places. Laura Ann says, I have no idea what I should bring. Just bring yourself.
The Snark says, thank you for that, Robin. I can die happy now. I'm going to assume it's about Larry's fat ass.
That's funny.
P-H-A-T ass.
Do you know what it stands for?
What?
Fat, P-H-A-T.
No, there's an actual thing.
There's an acronym for all those things.
What is it?
Pretty hot and tempting.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, Robin. Using words you don't even know the meanings of.
No, I don't.
Shamasho said, more drinks. I believe that happened when they redeemed the drink, which was very funny. Cat of Vegas says, no need to bring anything unless you want to eat it on top of the cheesesteaks. LOL. Sounds good. Liz Drew says, it snowed in Utah on July 28th. It was crazy.
Wow, I wish. Crazy. Captain Baker says, and we're not meeting Larry? Yeah, you guys are missing out. Sorry.
Someone in YouTube says, darn it, I missed the last 20 minutes due to a Facebook issue.
That sucks.
That is a bummer. However, we have Twitch and YouTube as well, so you can always switch over if Facebook is not working. I know it's annoying, though.
The Snark says, no, stupid car is more important. Captain Fake Guy says, well, tell him we need to just see his booty now.
Judge.
Judge, okay.
Elizabeth Tree says, damn DeLoreans. I'm going to keep scrolling. He said, Snark, seriously, they don't even call it DeLorean. I mean, it's a pretty obvious pun for a DeLorean convention. So, I don't know.
I'm Senior says, I need to find somewhere where it's 60 to 79 degrees Fahrenheit all year long.
That's why real estate in California is so expensive.
Hawaii is usually pretty good. Not 60s, but it's around 80 something,
80 and humid is pretty awful sometimes, though.
It was fine when I lived there. I don't know. I was says, I don't want to live West Coast, though. All my family's East Coast. Okay.
Cat in Vegas says, SoCal near the beach or San Fran or Pacific Northwest like Seattle and Portland.
Captain Big Guy says, I've been trying to drag my Midwestern hubs to the West Coast forever.
Snark says, right, this is a creepypasta. It's solidly written.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. Tiny Dancer Nation says, my wife and I currently live in SoCal. It's warm all year round, and when it's hot, it's super hot, but it never gets too cold. It also rarely rains. We miss the rain we would get from Houston.
I do miss rain a lot out here in the desert, so... Scrolling.
911 Girl says, going back to work. Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the time.
Thank you, 911 Girl.
Lizzie B says, Reservation Dogs on Hulu is pretty funny. I saw it's like Reservoir Dogs, but on an Indian Native American reservation.
I don't think it's quite Reservoir Dogs-ish. I don't think there's a bunch of heisting and murdering. Also, Tanis is in it, just FYI.
Is she?
Yep. So, Cat of Vegas says, what the fuck, this story? Sarah over there on YouTube says, spooky.
I'm listening says, Robin was definitely right. Sorry, man.
Nah.
Alyssa Tree says you totally told him or her.
Nah. You're all crazy.
Oh my god. See, why don't you go fuck yourself, motherfucker?
And then you read, I am beef trainers, I'm what's for dinner, so.
I can't read from here. I don't
then
have my glasses
maybe you should
on.
have tried to tell me that you did it right.
My ears don't need glasses, bitch.
Your ears do need glasses. This bitch can't hear shit. Stop fucking hitting me. Sarah over there on YouTube says, San Diego, no bias, that's where I live. I live near San Diego as well, is what Elisa says. So yeah, lots of places in California have that really nice weather. Good stuff. All right, so we're going to go ahead and run a 60-second ad over on Twitch. If you are a Twitch subscriber, you will not get that ad. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and if you're watching on Facebook, you will also not get that ad. It's going to start right now.
Okay. This next says, people in Mexico thought I was crazy for dancing in the rain and hurricane.
Well, they're used to hurricanes destroying and killing people, so.
I'm glad it wasn't that bad for you guys down while you were in Mexico. I think if I went to Mexico again, which...
She's already said she won't.
I don't want to, but that side of Mexico seems...
The Gulf side.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to the Gulf side if we're going to go back again, yeah. In fact, I think one of my friends is in Cabo. He's heading there the same time we're heading to Sacramento.
Really?
Yeah, so we had to change the draft date because of him. Fucker.
Oh, so. I know who you're talking about now. Okay. Lessa says, I commute to San Diego for school, and I get off the train like 2 minutes from the Whaley house.
That's awesome.
Oh, no. South Dakota? San Diego?
San Diego.
Okay.
Because they were saying they live near San Diego.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go one of these days. That'd be cool to go to the Whaley house. That'd be scary, but cool. Chunks just says, it rained all day in Virginia. Outside, it's so nice. Around 65 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
That sounds really nice.
To quote Robin from Him Yim, golf weather.
Wow. Because it was a category 1.
She is terrifying.
Yeah.
When she's drunk in that show and she's like super Canadian, she's terrifying.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny when her Canadian comes out. Sarah over there on YouTube says, hit me up when you go. I haven't been since like 4th grade.
To the Whaley. They take kids to the Whaley house for like a field trip or something? Or that's crazy.
Or the parents went and they took the kids. Captain Vegas says, it rained super hard and apparently there was a tornado in Philly. What the fuck?
What?
I didn't know we could get tornadoes in Philly. I'm B-Trans says, apparently the chat quit working for me. I'm back now. Seems to be working. Donosaur says, yeah, we were under a tornado watch, but I think it's past us. And Chunkster says to Captain Figure, yeah, it was Hurricane Ida going through.
Sarah over on YouTube says it was a field trip.
Wow.
Terrifying.
That is kind of terrifying. I had different field trips when I was a kid, for sure.
They took us to like a sugarcane plantation. That's where they would take us. They took us to like sugarcane plantation. I don't know why I want to say foundation. Plantation. They took us to see like music shows, things like that. I'm trying to think of where else they would take us for field trips.
Us, if it were local, it would be farms and small businesses, which was very rare, or the courthouse, which my mom worked at, and she set up a mock trial in 5th grade, and we got to be jurors. It was a fake trial, and it was fucking sweet. I got voted jury foreman. We sent that bitch to jail. And okay, when we got older, we also started going into Chicago. If you won like the Scholastic reading event, if your class, and I think we were like 3A or 3B, there was only 2 3s. We won my 3rd grade year and we got to go to the Field Museum, which was absolutely amazing.
It's still amazing.
The older you got, the more your field trips started going into Chicago. So Field Museum, Museum of Science and Industry, the aquarium, the Shed Aquarium, which is super amazing. And then occasionally you got to go to Six Flags, which was super toy. And then if you did ancient and medieval history, the end of that semester, you got to go to medieval times. And it was so much fun.
I grew up in an island. There's not much you can do. You do what's on the island, right? You would go to the beach. That would be one of the things you did. You'd walk to the park. When I had my senior year in Texas, and that was your senior field trip, is you went to medieval times. And
it's a good fun trip.
When I was probably 17 or something, right? And I bought a fucking shirt there because I'm stupid, and the shirt said wench on it, and I didn't realize what the fuck a wench was.
No, that was that thing you used to like fix bolts, right?
No, my God. But yeah, that was the first time I'd ever gone to medieval times. And it was such a waste because usually senior trips, right, are you go to Disneyland.
Right.
You know, for West Coast people anyway. But yeah, it's annoying.
All right. Laura Ann says, there was a tornado about a mile from my house. That is scary. Captain Vegas says, oh my God, you live close to me. Elisa says, sounds like fun to me. Got to finish this semester first. Rip free time. The Snark says, the Field Museum, I want to see the dinosaurs. Sarah on YouTube says, went to Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, SeaWorld. You know, educational places. I've never been to Knott's Berry Farm. We were going to go, and then COVID hit. Lizzie B says, I went to school in Los Angeles, so I went to the Museum of Tolerance, Observation.
When were we supposed to go to
friggin'
Knott's Berry
San
Farm?
Luis, whatever it's called. We were going to go to Knott's Berry Farm and Six Flags. We had this whole thing planned out with the twins, and then it just didn't wind up happening. Okay, I'm What's Her Name says, I've seen videos of Captain Faggot throwing axes. You are not safe that close to her. That's hilarious. Snark says, San Luis Obispo?
I don't know what even that means.
It's a place in LA. Elizabeth Tree says, the only field trip I ever went on was to a science museum, but I was mostly homeschooled. That makes sense. All right, let's pause right there and move on into the next story, which will be mine. Stop. Oh, I thought you were going to hit me. I literally started saying, stop hitting me. She's drawing dicks on my leg.
Oh, you want me to draw a dick? Big one. Hold on. Balls.
Not that big. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move into my second story of the show, and this one's title is Sever the Cord. Also, it was written by Anonymous, so I can't give credit to anyone. So anyone could really take credit for this, so thank you to whoever wrote this.
Okay.
Unless it sucks. Actually, kind of already read it.
Oh, okay.
It's weird, but we're going to get into it. Starts out like
okay.
this. Many have speculated that the plane in which we live is not the only plane in existence. When I read the first sentence, I was like, this is some 5E shit, and I am here for it.
But a lot of people believe that, right? Wait. Many
I don't
have
know.
speculated. Okay, no. You're right. Many have speculated. It's true. There's got to be more.
Robin's got to do a critical analysis of the first fucking sentence of the story.
There's got to be a million planes of existence. There's multiverses. There's got to be. Too much shit happens where I think it's a coincidence.
Gotta
or
be.
Like,
There's so many Spider-Men out there. They're all from different planes.
No, but like, don't you ever get that deja vu where you're like, I've done this already?
So you think it's a different plane of existence?
Yeah, it's got to be.
How
like,
the fuck does that have anything to do with your plane of existence and you like sensing something?
Like the episode of Futurama where they open that box and in the box
I can't believe we're one sentence into this and you've turned this into deja vu overlapping multiverse theory.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm going to keep going. All right. I'm just going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
Many have speculated that the plane in which we live, Plane, in which we live is not the only plane in existence. Those who say this will usually then go on to ponder realms of mystery and wonder, like Robin just did.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is, there is a second plane, but it is not filled with the euphoric images that most people conjure up. However, it is not filled with horrors either. Rather, it is a perfect emulation of our world. There is no difference at all. Whatever exists in our plane also exists on the second plane. Capital S, capital P, second plane. Plane. Again, it's not the one that flies. Even you exist on the second plane. In fact, those copies, hope you can hear my air quotes, of ourselves, those extra dimensional clones are bonded to us. It gets a little like...
This is like Get Out.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, not Get Out. What is
The
it,
other
the
one.
Us.
Us.
Them?
It's us. Them
Us.
is the TV show.
Oh.
Continues. Whatever action we take, they take, and vice versa. It's very much like us. That means that in the other plane, that other you is reading this right now, or listening to this in that case. In this second plane, there is only one difference. A god resides there. Capital G God.
What?
Though some may call him a devil, capital D devil, watching over the mirrors of those in our realm.
Capital O-R.
This god has no mirror. He resides only in the second plane. Our copies cannot see him either, for unknown reasons. You know all the other shit, but you don't know that, huh? But he can see them. He knows what they are doing. Therefore, he knows what you are doing. There's only one way to escape this constant watching, but it could come at a terrible price. And as if it weren't already pretty fucking weird, it's about to get weirder. Stand before a mirror. You see your reflection? That is your copy, capital C. Look him, or her, or it, or they, straight in the eye, and will, with all of your might, that what you see before you is not you. Rather, it is a perfect emulation of you.
That's how to, like, drive yourself nuts.
As soon as you have had this mental breakthrough, or breakdown, turn off the lights.
No.
Wait a while. About 2 minutes should do. Then turn them back on. Your reflection will be gone.
Nope.
When I read that, I was like, what if this shit is real? And that's why people don't have reflections, and people are like, oh, you must be a vampire. And it's just like,
no. We know why
I
vampires
can't tell.
don't have reflections.
Why is that?
Silver-backed mirrors.
Except when mirrors don't have silverbacks and they still don't have a reflection, Robin.
That's just fucking propaganda that they've put out so that you believe that
I'm going to keep going before I have to smack you upside your head. Wait a while. About 2 minutes should do. Fuck, I read that. I'm leaving it in. I didn't even care. Your reflection will be gone. You've just severed it.
How you liking the rain, girl?
I fucking hate you. I have to mark it now. Getting back to it.
Now that's why you have to mark it. Fuck you.
Shut up. Then turn them back on. Your reflection will be gone. You have just severed the bond between you and your copy, capital C. You can no longer see him, her, it, or they. I'm putting that in there just as him. But they exist. Now, however, you will be free to do as you please without your copy mirroring it and without the God knowing what you are doing.
Capital G.
Capital G. You can murder 1,000 people and walk without fear of retribution.
They're
It's
still
weird that
cops.
now it's weird that
Okay.
now you're free.
No,
You're like, let's go fucking kill people.
But there's still cops in the world.
Yeah, it's like there's not like
cops
there's no
don't exist
laws, but we're
anymore.
gonna keep killing. However, it is not recommended that you do this. I'm glad that sentence is in there. As you sever the bond, the same decay that affected the bond will slowly eat up the remnants of one side of the
quote unquote
cord. As it reaches whichever you was on that particular side, it will begin to eat away at its soul. Whichever version of you is affected will become sicklier and paler. It will stink of death. Its movements will become stiff. As it nears the final stages of this illness, it will become merely a shadow of itself. It becomes a ghost, cursed to forever roam whatever existence it resides in, a shattered soul and lost cause. However, if it is not you that is affected by this illness, but your copy, capital C, you will walk free. You will walk without judgment. You will be a god, capital G, among men. But be careful.
Lowercase m.
For if that disease eats up your side of the cord, you will fall prey to its effects. Trust me, I know. And that's the end. Kind of weird. It's like they saw the movie Us, and they're like, I want to put a little bit of a spin on this and turn it into a short story.
Little pizzazz.
Little bit, yeah. I'm going to throw in some razzle dazzle and see what they can do with it.
It's all right. It's not great. The thing is, right, we're not controlled by anybody now. There's no, people believe in God, right? Capital G, big guy upstairs, or woman, whatever you want to believe in, right? But we don't act differently. You know what I mean? Like, I don't murder a bunch of people because I don't think no one, you know what I mean? Like,
I think the best way I can put this is that if the only reason you don't do horrible things is because you're afraid of the consequences of your actions, whether it's burning in hell or the consequences within our like current world where you'll go to jail or possibly get executed, that means you are a piece of shit who wants to do those things. So if your first instinct is, let me go through this ritual that could cost me my life in a very horrible way and my soul, just so I can be free of someone watching me do whatever it is I want anyways.
Maybe you just want to stay in your room and jerk off all day, though, you know?
You can still do that.
Yeah, you can do that. That's the thing, is right now, even, I mean, I could have this copy person, whatever, right? I could do whatever I want still. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing because somebody's quote unquote watching me.
I thought this story was going to take a twist where it's like, we're actually the copy. Like, that's what you find out. Like, you don't have free will. It's someone else's decisions. That's why when you start to do things that make you sad, or for whatever reason you're going in a direction you can't seem to stop, it's because it's someone else's choice and you're being driven that way. Yeah. And that's the sort of feeling that you get, is the disconnect where it's not your free will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead it just took on this turn of like, sever the bond, kill people. And I'm just like, that's kind of fucking weird.
I was not at all impressed by this story.
Robin's just gonna shit all over my story. I can't wait for you to read your next story. What is it called? Stored warning signals? Fucking stupid. Let me analyze the first 3 words of your story.
When I got.
What?
That's the first 3 words.
Distorted warning signals. I'm just going with your title. Okay. That counts.
That's not the first 3 words of the story, though.
It counts.
That's just the title. That's
your title counts as the story.
No.
Yep, because it's the first 3 things you're going to read of the story.
Anyway,
you just kick the desk. Go for it.
But yeah, I mean, I I still get scared though when I'm driving because I don't want to get pulled over by cops. But I'm not gonna go out and murder people. You know what I mean? That's just not in me.
It's just a weird story.
I'm
not saying it's a great story. It's okay. This is probably why it's written by anonymous and no one wants to take credit for it. Like, let me workshop it out there in Creepypasta and see what the comments come back as. But either way, we read it, so there you go. Let's look over in the stream chat, see if everyone else hates my story as much as Robin did. Elizabeth Tree says, the only field trip I ever went to was Science Museum. Okay, we did read that. I forgot that I scrolled up. Gonna keep on scrolling. A lot of people cried
at Disneyland.
Glitch says, what the fuck? I live in Texas. We went to a ranch, like, not a fun one. That sucks. Lisa says, go to Knott's Berry Farm. Fun fact, it predates Disneyland. That is a fun fact. I did not know that.
Do they still have wooden roller coasters at Knott's Berry?
I have no idea.
I think Knott's Berry has like one of those lazy rivers you can like lay in inner tubes and just float around. Those
lazy river.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Those are cool. I know. I'm just repeating it back to you. You gotta be a jerk about everything in this episode. Jesus Christ. You could try and just read some of the stuff that's on here.
La 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 la.
It's not on there.
I Wants for Dinner says, Captain Fake Eye hit the bullseye while wearing a skirt. I think that makes her an animal heroine.
That's funny.
Let's see.
Scrolling. Kevin Vegas, it's only because I ever wear sundresses, even when throwing axes.
I'm afraid of throwing axes because with my luck, it will bounce off the back end and come straight
Well, here's
at
the thing. When you throw axes, you absolutely have to pay attention in case that happens. Which is why I'm afraid. It's not that it might happen. It probably will happen. I'm afraid because you tend to just stop paying attention immediately. And I could see you throwing something and then just looking away and not seeing it rebound at you.
Can they do like axe throwing VR? Because I feel way safer doing that.
Just close your eyes and pretend like you're throwing an axe and I'll be like thunk, bullseye. All right, going to scroll
Lizzie
a bit
B
more.
says, my dog's fart smells like bologna and despair. When our dog, Yui, our corgi German Shepherd, when she farts, it smells so fucking bad. It's disgusting.
DC over there on YouTube says, go to New Orleans and hit up the Museum of Death. Pretty wild. That does sound pretty wild.
I just have to look in the mirror. That's a museum.
I'm what's for dinner. It says, bologna is delicious. I will fight you.
I love bologna. Bologna's good.
I do not like bologna. I like bologna as a kid. I don't like bologna anymore.
I like bologna and like a slice of American cheese.
Like least favorite meat, least favorite cheese.
A slice of lettuce, some mayo, some mustard on there. So good. So good. I love bologna. Thanks.
The Snark says, I 100% do archery in flip-flops. That's hilarious.
I want to do archery is what I want to do. I would skip axe throwing and do archery. Wouldn't you?
No, I would want to do axe throwing.
Oh, okay.
I'll do archery as well. I can do both. I'm a Renaissance man.
Yeah, you can.
Thanks. I don't know why that was sexy in some way, shape, or form. All right.
You can do both.
That doesn't make any sense. I can do both isn't a sexy phrase. You don't say that randomly like, I can do both.
I like kawaii in the streets. Kawaii in the streets and hentai in the sheets.
Okay. Is that what you mean by I can do both?
You can do both.
Oh, thanks. I guess that means I'm cute and horny. All right, I'm going to keep scrolling. We don't need to have a hashtag gag reflex thing again this episode.
Oh my god.
Elizabeth says, move to Utah. The state is run by the church. When Halloween lands on Sundays, we have to do trick-or-treating on Saturday. A lot of folks reschedule trick-or-treating. It's not just Utah. I will say I think that has something to do with the fact that it is on Sunday too. Captain Vega says, I think Adam and Robin want to do Philly tourist things, but if time allows, we can go. I'm not sure what that's in regards to.
I'm East Trainer says, our return flight on the 17th leaves at 6:45 p.m. I think, got to double check, but totally want to go axe throwing with Spooky Fam. I'd rather do archery, but I really do want to do touristy things. I want to do the whole National Treasure. I want to go steal the Declaration of Independence. It's Washington, D.C. I don't give a shit. Okay, we're going to go drive to Washington, D.C.
You've never even watched that
Fuck
movie.
You.
Lisa says, ooh, I think there is also a Museum of Death in Los Angeles. I think there's another one, but I can't remember where it's at.
One thing I really liked doing when we were in LA is going to watch a movie in that graveyard.
Oh, yeah, I remember. You went to Clueless, didn't you?
We went to go see Clueless.
You say we, I didn't go. I didn't get taken. It was girls' night.
Me and my friend Gabriella and a bunch of her friends, we all went to watch Clueless at Sinesperia or something. It's a fucking graveyard out there in Hollywood, and it's like the graveyard for a bunch of rich people and a bunch of celebrities, and we watched Clueless. It was fun. You sit out there in a huge, gigantic lawn, and they play a movie on the side of a building, and it's fun. I don't know.
Okay, I'm What's Internet said one of the foolishest things I've ever seen, which is the title is not the story.
Don't judge a book by the cover.
If you don't think that people will always read your title, sometimes it's the only thing they will read. And if you don't think a title is important to your story, you are nuts, because it's one of the most important things of your story.
50 Shades of Grey has nothing to do with the actual story.
It still is called 50 Shades of Grey.
Nah, it should be
You
called...
had to say that, and it represents everything within that book because it is the most important part of any literary work you do.
It should be called 50 Shades of Fucked Up. Or just straight up called BDSM. Let's see.
Glitch says, fuck that title. Capital F. Got your back, Adam. Thank you.
So dumb.
Ken in Vegas says, Knott's Berry Farm had Ghost Rider, which was the largest wooden coaster at one point. Not sure if it's still there. There you go.
I want to go to Six Flags because they have the coaster that goes up and then holds the cart like facing in, and then it goes back down. I want to do that. Captain Fake Eye says, the axe bouncing back has never hit me, and you can't drink while throwing. Also,
yeah, there's a maximum. You can't go past like 2 drinks.
No one is allowed beyond the red line until everyone is thrown. Interesting.
Yeah, when I went, it definitely bounced back for literally every single person that threw, but everyone pays attention, like moves out of the way and it scuffs past their feet or stops in front of them. But
Alessa on YouTube says, unleash your inner Kagome with archery.
That's
oh
funny.
My god. Do you know who that is?
Kagome?
Yeah.
No.
From Inuyasha?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. God, I haven't seen that in forever.
Inuyasha?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a very old series.
Lizzie B says, bologna and chips. And Beatrice says, LOL, Adam and I are on the same page where bologna is concerned. It's just like the inside of a hot dog. You know, imagine a hot dog without a casing. And I used to actually just eat hot dogs like raw. Not raw because they're pre-cooked, but I just eat them cold. It used to be my favorite thing. And now that I'm older, I'm like, nah, I'm good now.
The Snark says, we're missing Ren Fair this year because it's in October. ASB Bunny says, morning, Spooky Fam, morning.
Good morning.
90 Intonation says, hashtag no gag reflex.
Sarah over there in
That
YouTube
me, though.
says, but the haunted houses and attractions in Utah hit different. I went to BYU. That was my favorite season for that reason.
What is BYU?
The Snark says, Brigham Young University. It's a college. The Snark says, let's go lick the Liberty Bell. Gross.
No, I don't want COVID. Liz Beatrice says, hashtag hentai in the sheets. Yes. All right.
Wow. I'm What's Journal says, I tried hentai in the sheets, couldn't find the tentacles.
Oh my goodness.
It's a very specific genre of hentai right there.
The Snark
Getting
says,
weird.
That's literally all I said when Larry and I went to Philly. That's fucking funny. Scroll.
This is the bottom.
All right. ASB Bunny says, I can coach archery. I used to compete.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. The Snark's wedding, so freaking cool because they, the Snark is into archery, right? And they did the red wedding at their wedding where they all had like little Nerf crossbows.
They didn't do the red wedding.
No.
Robin just doesn't know how to tell stories properly. They played the song The Rains of Castamere when they all got to their dais. And then when that started, they took out like little Nerf crossbows and shot all the guests at their wedding. That's what she means by they did the red wedding.
They shot all their guests with Nerf crossbows. I think that's great.
Wow.
No, they had somebody just come by, you know, what was his name's fucking wife and just shanked her a bunch.
I was totally going to skip that part. So
the Snark says kawaii in the sheets, hentai in the streets, but yeah.
That's weird. Hentai on the sheet. No, I thought, no, it does say hentai in the streets. It's a bit much. As far as archery goes, like I've shot bows before. My friends used to grow up bow hunting, and I used to go and practice with their bows. And bows can be a pain in the ass to bring back,
especially when you have no arm strength.
Once you finally get it, though, it's a really good feeling. And like bringing it to your chin and like releasing the arrow and having it go where you want to is pretty awesome. So either way, I want to throw axes and do archery. But we are caught up. Let's pause right there.
Captain Bake Eye says, "Wait, I was like, so the Snark killed everyone." That would have been fucking funny. Not really, because we wouldn't know you because you'd be in jail.
We wouldn't promote murder.
All
right, we're pausing right there so Robin can read her final story.
All right, is this the final one of the episode?
Here is the mouse and this is the one with the stupidest title: Distorted Warning Signals.
Sever the cord.
Distorted Warning Signals.
Fuck you.
All right, I've marked it, and yes, this is the last one of the episode since you can't count to fucking 4 on your own.
Why don't you eat?
Eat shit?
Yeah.
They're gonna tell me to
Eat
eat a dick.
Eat
Shout out to Nefcore who resubscribed with
Thank
Prime
you.
for this 5th month. Says, yay, 5 months and going strong.
I was supposed to drink.
Were you?
No,
There
no,
was
I'm just thirsty. I ran out of coffee.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. Drink 5 flavored vodkas.
There's only one.
You said there's red, white, and berry.
It's one vodka.
That's 3 flavors that combine into the flavor known as freedom. So that's 4 flavors. And then you said there's coconut water in there?
Yeah.
That's basically vodka. 5 vodkas. Boom. All right, go ahead and read your story. It's marked.
I don't know why I'm friends with you at all.
Yeah, you do. Margaret, go ahead. Because hentai in the sheets, that's why. If I exploded into an octopus right now, that'd be hilarious.
Because gung ho young hoes, that's why.
It's the name of my fantasy football team. Gung ho young hoes.
Mine's
After
a
Young
better
Ho
name.
Koo, the kicker for the Atlanta Falcons. What's yours, Robin?
Suck my Stafford.
Yeah, so original. Suck my Stafford.
Yeah, I got Matthew Stafford. Fuck yeah, suck my Stafford. Okay. All right, I'm going to read my final story of the episode. It is titled Distorted Warning Signals. As much as Adam wants to hate this story, hopefully it's good. When I first fuck,
there's distorted warning signals. The end.
When I got the first one, I was literally seconds away from stepping onto the plane when a call from unknown blared from my cell phone.
Bullshit.
It was a ringtone I hadn't heard before, one I was pretty sure hadn't come with the phone. Normally, I wouldn't have stopped to answer it, but I was expecting a call about a job I had interviewed for the previous week. I took a deep breath in and accepted the call. Hello?
Wow, you're using your sexy voice to answer this. Hello.
Hello, Clarice. Do not get on the plane. A woman's voice, garbled and strange, as if her vocal cords had been shredded. Oh, hold on. It's like, do not get on the plane.
Yeah, that's it.
And she was trying desperately to choke out speech. Despite the unnerving, fractured quality of her voice, her tone was insistent and eerily calm. Then the call ended.
It's her calling from the future. That's why it sounds so weird.
Maybe.
Stop moving away from your microphone. Aim it at your mouth.
Fucking aim my fist.
Hentai in the office. Aim it at your mouth.
I froze. I had always had a slight phobia of air travel, and something about this call just... There's no way I was about to get on a 7-hour flight now. I turned around and headed toward the food court.
I'm glad we're reading this.
I know!
T-minus 9 hours before we board a plane.
I'd just get on another flight later in the afternoon, I figured.
If we crash, this is your fault. I'm going to tell you that on the way down, too.
Don't fucking...
This is your fault. Through my mask.
The flight is only like an hour long.
What?
Yeah.
It was like an hour and a half.
It's like an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. Gotcha.
I
don't know how that has anything to do with anything, but okay.
It's a quick flight, okay? What could happen in an hour? Famous last words.
I was going to say, that's
you guys heard it
the
first.
stupidest things you could ever say. It's like, it was just a 3-hour tour. Nothing could go wrong,
3-hour tour. Okay. I fucking love Gilligan's Island. Anyway,
You would. You grew up on an island. Of course you'd love Gilligan's Island.
Okay, when I was a little toddler,
The weather
right?
started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed.
No. When I was a little kid,
If not for
my
the
mom...
the fearless crew,
No.
the minnow would be lost. We might get copyright strike.
I fucking love Gilligan's Island. No, my mom always tells the story to fucking everyone about how when I was a little kid, I loved Gilligan's Island, and I would sing the entire theme song to fucking Gilligan's Island. We would just be walking around at a mall or something, right? And I would just be standing there singing the theme of Gilligan's Island. And then people would like pay attention to me, and then I'd pull my dress up. You know, I'm still in diapers, right? But I'd pull my dress up and cover my face, and you just see diapers. I don't know. My mom loves to tell people that for some reason. I fucking love Gilligan's Island.
I also know the full theme song to Gilligan's Island, so made for
no
each
wonder.
other. Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
Because you're hentai in the sheets. Okay. I watched from the airport Starbucks 3 hours later as every TV in the terminal lit up with the crash footage of the plane I should have been on.
Called it.
No survivors, not a single one. I tried to trace the call. So did the police, but there was nothing to trace. There was no evidence my phone had ever received a call around that time. They analyzed phone records, incoming and outgoing communication to my phone. Nothing. I wasn't making it up. I couldn't have been. That wasn't the only call. Throughout the years, they were few and far between, but always right. And I always listened. Don't go out on that blind date tonight.
Wow.
5 months later, my would-be quote-unquote date was convicted of killing 4 women, all with my hair color and build. Found them in a shallow grave about 250 feet from the diner he offered to take me to. What the fuck? Did not drive to the concert tonight. 18-wheeler lost control and plowed into a line of cars. Every driver crushed. Every driver killed. In the stretch of freeway I would have been driving down. No matter if I got a new phone, if I moved across the country, the calls would still come. I could almost feel the presence of whatever it was, and whatever it was watching over me. I imagined being at the bottom of the freezing ocean, still strapped into my coach section plane seat, or being in that mass grave across from the diner, or watching an 18-wheeler skidding toward my car, knowing death was imminent, and I'd get this tightness in my chest. I'd think about how thin that line was, how close I'd gotten. If I hadn't had a job interview I was waiting to hear back from, I'd never have listened to that first call, and that would be it for me. It always felt like something was coming for me, but there was always this fractured, warped voice with these calls that never seemed to exist after I heard them. Self-destructing warning signals rotting away before my eyes.
It's like Final Destination.
And I was alive. I had a bad feeling about this cruise. I had planned it as a girls' week out with some of my old friends from college and was looking forward to a week in the tropics in the dead of winter. But part of me could almost sense that the call was coming. Maybe I'd watched Titanic one too many times, but there was a little nagging fear from the start. I hoped it would be fine, but I knew that if something was going to happen, I'd get the call. I'd know. Now, a week before I'm set to go on the cruise, after stepping into my apartment after returning from dinner with a friend, I notice my cell has a message from unknown. They've never had to leave a message before. Haven't checked it all night. Damn it, I had really wanted to go on that cruise too. Oh well, not worth whatever horrific fate awaited me in that cold, dark ocean. I click play message, and I feel my stomach drop as I listen to the voice sounding horrifically distorted, as if it emanates from a throat slashed by ribbons, crackling with more urgency than ever before. I look around my apartment as the voice on the phone repeats the same phrase over and over again. Do not come home after dinner tonight. Do not come home after dinner tonight. Do not come home after dinner tonight. That's fucked.
That's the end.
That's the end.
So this is Final Destination 16, the cell phone saga. Where all you have to do is answer your fucking phone and check your messages.
Oh my
and
God.
You'll never die.
So it sounds like they get their throat slashed open, right?
Yes, it certainly does. No explanation as to what the calls were, what the hell was happening, any of that. It's just like, here's all the times I missed death. And then despite my magical ability to get phone calls warning me, I had my phone on silent, didn't check it, let it go to voicemail. Just saying, that's probably the most bonehead move by a protagonist in a story that I've ever heard.
I don't answer phone calls during dinner.
If you got phone calls from someone who has saved your life multiple times, I'd like to think you'd at least check your phones every 10 to 20 seconds to make sure someone's not fucking calling.
All right,
or at least not have it on silent. That's just like, it's day one stuff, people.
All right.
You want to stay alive? And you can just answer your phone? That's all you have to do? It's like that joke people post online sometimes. It's like, name one person where if someone held a gun to your head and said, if they answer, I'll shoot, who would you call? For me, that person, I don't know who it would be. It used to be Robin. She answers her phone a lot more now. But the point is, if all you had to do is pick up your phone to always avoid dying, you figure you'd do it. Either way, not bad.
Yeah, shout out to Ashley Rose Wellman for writing this story. I thought it was pretty good.
It's all right.
Yeah. I definitely do not want to get my slope.
I don't want to get my slope ribboned.
I don't want to get my throat slashed open. That's for fucking sure.
Indeed.
But yeah.
Good stuff. Good way to end the show.
What is that one movie? Not Signal. What is the one with
Final Destination?
No.
Final Destination 2.
No. Frequency.
The Final Destination. Have you seen Frequency?
That's the one, right? Where there's the dad in the past is still alive,
Dennis
and then
Quaid.
the one in the future,
Jim Caviezel,
is talking to their dad.
It's a wonderful
right?
movie. I absolutely love that movie.
The show's not bad either. Frequency, the show.
I don't think I've ever watched the show.
It's actually pretty good.
That movie's magical. It's a great movie.
It
also has Andre Braugher, who's the captain from 9/9.
Really?
He's the dad's friend who's still alive, who's his confidant in the future. He's basically like the pseudo dad or the father figure to the kid in the future.
Is he a bad guy?
No, he's a good guy. I'm pretty sure he's a good guy.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's a really good movie. I absolutely love that movie. So
cool.
But
that's what this reminds me of.
This doesn't remind me of that at all.
Really?
It's just like, it's clearly the person who's dying is somehow able to send a fucking call.
It's just...
And that's why the voice always sounds different, because it's based on and your voice didn't sound different, but it's based on the way that they died. Like shredded vocal cords. This time it was like a throat cut to ribbons. And it's like, how the hell are they sending this phone call? And why wouldn't you just answer your fucking phone?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's
my analysis of it.
Good job.
So, good stuff. All right, let's go over in the stream chat. See what you folks had to say, and I'm going to go ahead and get Marbles on Stream set up.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to steal, not the mouse from your hands, but I'm going to steal the reticle.
You can start your...
Gross. Oh my god, everyone yell gross at the screen.
You. The Snark says, so there was a person who came to my wedding who was pregnant. That's fucking... Oh, man.
In a big gathering, there's probably at least one.
Really?
Yeah. Depending on how big your gathering is, there's like a likelihood that at least one person is going to be in a multitude of different groups. And I imagine pregnant would be one of those groups. I need you to
scroll back up.
I need you to chill the fuck out.
I need you to just fuck off. Okay.
Shout out to Cursed Wolf, who resubscribed for the 33rd month and said, woo! Sorry I'm so late.
We're sorry for your ankle.
I know you're moving slow, because that ankle. There you go. It's going to be right there.
Tiny Dancer Nation says, hentai in the streets, hentai in the sheets, hentai at the store, hentai on the bus, hentai at jury duty.
You sound like Pizza Bagel Bites. Hentai in the morning.
No, someone says that. Hold on.
Every time.
Someone says that later. Hold on. Yeah, I'm Western Air says, hentai in the morning, hentai at supper time.
Called it.
Liz Betree says, Robin, I need you to make me a drink when we meet in PA. You won't like any of them. Apparently,
you won't remember it.
You won't remember it. That's true. I fucking didn't I lose the competition?
We tied.
Okay. You guys can actually watch the drink making our cocktail competition, right? On YouTube, I think. Is it on YouTube?
It should be on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, you can watch how horrible our drink making is.
Yeah,
I can
make
make a margarita. I can make a margarita pretty all right. Oh
god, it's updating. Why is this game always fucking updating?
Sarah over on YouTube says, how do I subscribe with Prime? I tried doing it a while back and I think it got lost in the process. You just have to connect your Prime to Prime Gaming, and you get a free subscription, and then you just have to go to subscribe, and then
there's a little button that says subscribe, and if you have it linked,
yeah,
if you click it, it'll give you options like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or use your free tier 1. And that's all you should have to do.
Captain Fake Guy says, nope. When you're all at my house, no hentai and sheets is allowed. Oh no, no.
We're respectful.
Because
there's only one pussy I'm playing with, and it's your kitty cat, and I cannot wait.
No, though it's funny is like I make jokes, right? But realistically, we're just like normal people where we're like we've been together for almost 10 years, you know.
It's the longest 10 years of my life, I'll tell you that.
Where it's just like
let's not go further into this sentence, Robin.
Okay, fine.
Where you shit all over our love life and sex life on the air.
Oh my god. Sarah says Robin sounded like Tony from The Shining. What?
Red.
Glitch says there's snakes on this motherfucking plane.
That's fucking funny. ASP Bunny says, Captain Fig, no one sucks at archery. It's all about finding the right now and practicing. Not everyone, I think it's right bow. And practicing, not everyone is a mayoral, and that's okay.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. That's so funny. The Snark says, "Oh my God, Robin! What Vietnamese American child growing up in the '90s loves Gilligan Island?" That one. That's
I grew up in Hawaii. You know what I mean? That's a big thing. It was always on TV, right?
Elisa says, "This story has Final Destination vibes." Yup. Lots of things on Creepypasta are like, I saw this other idea and I decided to make it worse and write it down. And it's kind of funny to bring those to you folks so we can all make fun of them.
Liz Tree says, Final Destination. Also, I got trapped behind 2 semis with cars on them while driving the day after that episode the other week, and I was panicking.
That's funny. Someone said Adam's going to have so much editing to do this episode. What's this number say right here?
They're 50.
Fuck. Yeah, I am. That's a lot.
Liz, I am Beef Trainer says, oh my gosh, you remind me I need to share all of my I should be dead moments. There are so many that I still wonder how I'm alive.
Oh yeah,
send us your should be dead moments. We're glad that you're not alive, or you're not dead.
Wow.
We're glad that you are alive.
Glitch, if you haven't already blocked iGenius0929, please do so. You probably already have, but anyone posting links like that that's never been here before? Nope.
Let's see.
I am Beef Trainer says, oh no, you already read that, didn't you?
I am Beef Trainer says, one of those oh shit moments was realizing that had we taken the flight we were originally scheduled to return on, my mom and I would be dead. The plane was hijacked and crashed. No survivors.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
Fucking terrifying.
Was that like 9/11 time?
It sounds like it.
Oh my God, for some reason all my notifications are coming in right now.
Dang. That'd be like Captain Fake Eye and I Almost to Dinner are just doing and Lizard Tree are all doing the lyrics to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's fucking funny.
Minute 27 left on this ridiculous update.
Lizard Tree says, just in time for Marbles. Marbles is editing. Updating. Fuck.
It's subdating.
The Crystal says, I love Gilligan's Island. I enjoy Gilligan's Island. Nefcor says, I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh, and it had a dice in the mirror.
And it had dice in the mirror. There's no a dice, it's just dice.
Is that lyrics in the show?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know the lyrics to that show.
How do you not
Let's
know
see.
the
Captain
lyrics
Fake
to
Eye
that
says,
show?
about the hentai in the sheets, I didn't especially mean Adam and Robin. I just meant the spooky friends in general. Oh, okay. Well, we've been together for 10 years, so we just love each other's company.
Yep.
I just love your company.
If it wasn't for this show, Splitskis. Just saying. We stay together for the kids.
That's so fucked up.
Not really.
For the furry babies, you mean?
Yep, that's it. I would take all the animals. Oh, don't tell this story.
Oh my God. Adam was like, if we fucking get a divorce, I will murder the cat. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What I said. What I said was, if we split up, who would get what animal? And she was like, I would want Yui and the cat. And I'm like, no, those are my pets. And she's like, no, I bought you Nymeria for your birthday. And I'm like, I adopted Yui on my own. I did get Robin the cat for our 6-month anniversary, but the cat likes me more. So I think I should take it. And she's like, no, that can't happen. So I was like, I'll just drown the cat. How about that? Just because I know how much it'll hurt you. And she thought I was being serious.
Like, I don't know, man. That cat loves me more than you.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah.
I'd like to see you pick her up and Superman that shit.
I could. I just won't. That's why she loves me more. She knows she can trust me not to torment her. And my love's not in the oppressive form where she has to tolerate it. She can actually enjoy it. Just saying. Your thumb is really close to my collarbone, and it's making me nervous.
It only takes, 8 pounds?
I think it's 6 pounds. We always look this up.
Fucking crush it, bitch.
If you crush my fucking collarbone, I'd be so pissed. Please stop. I don't know why you're holding my hand. Smell my hand. It's getting weird.
So good.
Thanks. We have cherry apple soap in the bathroom.
I got good taste.
You do. Obviously. All right, let's move over into Marbles on Stream. Roll your eyes harder.
Not into a cat drowner.
Apparently you are. Go ahead. I've never drowned a cat. I never would. Type an exclamation point vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds to the track that you would like to race.
The Snark says, my name is not on the title of the DeLorean because if Larry and I split up, I would try to take it.
That means you're evil and genius. And also, Larry is brilliant.
Elizabeth Tree says 5 pounds of force. I Googled it for you. Thank you.
So we're always right around there. But that is not a lot of pounds of pressure to break a collarbone. All right. I almost went to Huskers. He's still streaming, so that means he's probably in the finals right now. That's not true, actually. His no one cares. His tournament started at 5.
No one cares.
No one cares with me. All right, so let's look up and see which tracks are currently leading. Oh my god, that's my voice. I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it either. Stop talking.
Fuck.
The Snark says, I just know myself and love him. That's cute. Captain Fake Eye says, if Mr. Captain Fake Eye and I split up, I'm taking the cat. I would take Yui and the cat for sure.
I'd give you... You would not get Yui.
What?
Yui's
then
mine.
I would get Namaria.
Yui lived with me when we had separate residences. So did the cat, for that matter. So, be like, Your Honor, she's not capable.
Okay, then I would get Namaria and the cat.
No, you don't get Namaria. She's my dog.
So you're just leaving me the cat?
No, you don't get any of the
What?
animals.
That's bullshit.
Sorry, they're all mine.
No,
I keep all of the things.
I'm sorry. Arya likes me more.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
No.
I'd like to see you trim her nails then. Why don't you do that?
I have trimmed her nails. I used to trim her nails down in Arizona.
You can do that because they're long right now. You
no,
can
I'm
do
not
that
doing
tonight.
that. You're just better at it than I am. You've
Sure,
had
that's what I
cats before.
fucking thought,
Ari's
bitch.
my first cat. God, I can't wait to split up. All right, right now.
It's okay.
Twists...
You just put the 3060 in my computer, so I'm like, okay, I'm good.
You got a 3060 Ti and a new 6 gigabyte.
Ouch.
6 terabyte hard drive. And when I went to put this fucking hard drive in, first, like, is that solid state? I'm like, it's 6 terabytes. If it was solid state, it would cost as much as the entire computer. I told my boss today, like, oh, I put a new video card and hard drive into Robin's computer. And he was like, oh, what was the size of it? I was like, it's 6 terabytes. And he goes, was it solid state? I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, I don't need you saying this to me, too.
Nefcore says, I would take the doggy if I split up with my man. ASB Bunny says, day 2 of no voice. Hopefully it will come back soon. That sucks. Hopefully it does come back. I hope it's not super painful.
All right, Twist and Turn is going to be our track. Chunkster has the record with 1:54.
We also found out Adam should have had his tonsils taken out, right?
A long time ago, yeah. So I have.
Can you still do that?
I have throat issues. I'm going to see an ENT here on September 11th.
I'll buy you all the ice cream.
I have lots of issues, actually. There's like some stuff that's going to have to be removed in my skull region and my throat region, so hopefully nothing is too serious.
Nefcore says, Adam, you should have done SSD.
Fuck you.
Suck some dick.
That's what SSD stands for. Suck some dick. My bad.
Hashtag no gag reflex.
Exclamation point play to join the race, y'all. You have 70 seconds to do so starting now. Excuse me.
Chunkster says, if you guys get married, please send invitations. I'll be there in a heartbeat. Cute, cute, cute.
We'll stream it live. You guys can donate while we're getting married. I said that to someone. They're like, that's so trashy. And I'm like, well, now I want to fucking do it.
For what? Do what?
To stream our wedding.
Oh.
We're like, send your donations in.
Nefcore says they meant solid state.
I know.
Alessa says, poor Adam, good luck with your future surgeries.
Thank you. One of them's going to be a surgery. The rest should just be procedures as far as
I'm beef trainer, lost her voice. It was wonderful. It's
wow.
fucked up.
All right, we got 18 marbles in the race, 19 marbles. 30 seconds left. If you are watching us on Twitch, type in exclamation point play for a chance to win some free merch over there on YouTube. I can't read this because it is, I believe, Japanese lettering, if I'm not mistaken. Robin, right here.
Mm-hmm. That's Chinese.
Chinese? I apologize. I cannot differentiate. However, you were very sweet and you said, stay strong, Adam. I appreciate that. It shouldn't be anything too super serious. It's just some stuff that I definitely need to get taken care of. All right, and we are off on our first race of the evening. And let's see how this all shakes out. First, we're starting with a big, shiny funnel. And we'll see who gets through it first.
And so Matrix says, hashtag Scaryish marriage. It is scary-ish, I'll tell you that.
It's not scary. It's scary. It's awful.
Let's see. Liz Tree says, wait, did you already read that?
Nope.
Waiting for my surgeon to call me back to finally schedule my gallbladder removed. Nice. The Snark says, Mary-ish.
Mary-ish is funny.
Chunkster says, my old classmate went Facebook Live when she got married last month. That's not, I mean, a lot of people do that.
During COVID who had like a really small ceremony and they wound up going Facebook Live so their family could see it. And I think that totally makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that. Look at all the pretty ladies in the front. Kayla Ray Reeds, Robin, and Chunkster. Look at this. Chunkster, Kayla Ray, and
Fuck
Robin.
Everyone. I'm number 1.
Wow, what a dickhead. Trying to compliment everyone and Robin's like, fuck you. Oh yeah, this is the one with the baby maker. That also from a different angle kind of looks like a chode.
It looks like the old school like
symbol.
No. You know when you go to the dentist and they shoot your mouth up with shit?
Oh yeah, the
That's
Novocaine needles.
Like.
Yeah, if there was a needle coming out of the top of that, it definitely wouldn't look like a dick or a uterus. All right. Everyone's chasing Chunkster's record as well, including Chunkster herself. So Glitch says, I'll mod the wedding. Hell yeah. Lisa says, Taco Bell has a wedding package. I'm going to fucking Google that as soon as we're done here. Robin's on the right side. Kayla Ray and Chunkster on the left side. Whoever gets through these fan blades is most likely going to take our race. And Kayla Ray cruised right through. Robin got caught up as well as Chunkster. Although Chunkster is not very far behind, I think Kayla Ray is ahead of the record-setting pace, and we'll just have to wait and see if you will capture the victory and the record. Oh no, some zigzagging back and forth. But yes, you get both. Congratulations on your victory, and you now hold the Scaryish record for fastest time ever on twists and turns. Congratulations. We'll watch everyone else trickle in. No one actually fell off this race, so 19 out of 19 so far have survived, and unless people take their sweet-ass time getting through. What?
You can carry a gun in Texas without a concealed license now.
Yeah, there's a lot of places where you can carry a gun without a concealed license. I'm pretty sure you can do that in Arizona as well. So it's a lot of things happening around this world that is scary, stupid, dangerous, and absolutely needs to stop. But we'll see what happens with that. And Cursed Wolf is going to trickle in at 19th place. But you finished the race, so you didn't fall off. Congratulations. Jay Valor says, yes, you can. And now I work at a bank. Yays. That's
also shout out to my cousin who can now drive.
Congratulations to your cousin. Which one?
Jada.
Oh shit, Jada got a license. Congratulations.
Well, she got her
Jada.
driving permit.
Either way, good job.
Yes, congratulations. Please don't murder us. My family's making a bunch of Asian jokes right now, and Angela's just like, she's half Asian. So.
That's funny.
Oh,
all right,
God.
so just want to point out that this is now a new season, which is why we had to download an update. And Kayla Ray starts out that new season with 7 points.
How did I end up losing?
Let's go. These were hearts, by the way, because you weren't in the lead and you were acting like a twat, so you wound up getting 18th. That's what you get. That's what you deserve. You get what you deserve. Don't forget to type in ! merch. Click that link, go to Robin's Quiet Corner, and find yourself a sticker that's Scaryish themed.
What is the... Oh, you don't know. The name of the guy from SpongeBob. It's like
Patrick.
Jaeger Wormanman Jensen or something.
Yeah, I never would have gotten that shit.
He was number 1.
Wow. All right, so we can see the way everything shook out. Everyone below Glitch didn't get any points, and you suck, just like me and Robin. So let's get in there for a second race and see if we can go ahead and get some points.
Thank you, Jackie, over on YouTube for joining us.
Indeed, thank you. All right, go ahead and type an ! Vote, then the number that corresponds with the track you would like to race. I'm going to go with the first one I see. And I just saw one. I'm going with it.
It's really weird. My hand's been shaking. Like earlier, I tried to type something and it was like, see what it's doing right now?
My hands do that a lot.
Oh, that's
You might need
scary.
potassium.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, you should eat a banana. Not my dick. A banana.
Okay, I was like,
You can do both.
are you making a joke or are you saying I really need bananas?
No, I think you do need potassium in your system.
Glitch says, Schmitty, Werben, Jaegerman, Jensen. Schmitty!
Da 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 da. Shout out to Sarah Fernalia, who followed us over there on Twitch. We appreciate that.
Thank you. I was says, if Robin is present, the wedding will be scary enough as it is. I am very quiet at weddings, generally.
Till she drinks.
Until I drink, which I will try not to do.
If it's our wedding, I doubt we'll get like hammered.
No. If it's our wedding, I'm not going to drink anything and everyone else is going to get hammered. Because my parents will probably be like, hey, like my family's just going to be like, oh, she's such a drunk. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to drink it all. I'll do a toast with a champagne. And then after that, I'll be like, all right, when's this over? Holy shit. It's going to take forever. Let's do the dances. Where's the cake? It's Costco cake. Suck it.
I just bring my Switch. Just sit at the dais
yeah, we're
and play
sitting
Switch.
at the dais playing Switch against each other. Like people are clinking their glasses for us to kiss. She's like, no, fuck you.
Sorry.
Hate it. I need to have a camera right in the middle, and I do have a third webcam up there that I use for work.
We used to have like puppy cam.
Yeah, we used to during the video game streams because I used to come in and sit by our feet.
Yeah.
Ken Vegas says, everyone I know is getting married in 2022. I already have 4 weddings scheduled. I had to do 3 weddings in 60 days. That was pretty awful. 4 weddings.
That was bad. It was
over the course of a full year is still a lot. Wow. Marble Mill, with no races before it, has 9 votes. That's clearly what we're going to race. Let's jump into it.
I cannot believe we had those 3 weddings. You stood up in all of them.
I did. No, not Lucas's. I didn't stand up in Lucas because he's a piece of shit.
I only stood up in one.
He didn't ask me. It's fine. I was actually happy not to have to rent another tux. ! Play.
And that wedding, shout out to Lee and Nikki, was the first one I've ever stood up in.
Is it?
Yeah.
It was like the 40th for me.
No one ever asks me.
I get asked a lot. Get asked a lot. I've been best man technically twice. Really only once, though.
I have a lot of friends. Not any that would have me stand up in their wedding.
All right, I'm going to hit start. You have 70 seconds to join in. From now, we already have 19, and I don't think Robin's one of them, which means we're going to have an extra one, which is great to see. Are you going to join in? You're going to lament the fact that you're never a bridesmaid. It's that phrase, always a bridesmaid, never the bride. Robin's like, never a bridesmaid.
Lizard Tree says, I'm waiting until the Ghibli theme park opens to get married. Ooh. Nice. I can't wait to go back to Japan. I don't think I would do the Ghibli Museum again.
We did it once.
It was very far.
It was.
We had to take the train and subways, and then did we take a bus too?
Did.
Fuck, and then we had to walk.
And then they tell you like, okay, now is the time for you to get food if you want. The line is 2 hours long.
Oh my god, yeah. But we did. We waited. We waited to get
that
in.
long. And I was like looking for the shade with every step because it was such a sunny day.
And we went in the summer, so it was humid and hot and gross. But Japan was amazing. 10 out of 10. Would do it again. Saving up my air miles for that free ticket. One day. How many miles do you have? Like 20?
No.
1,000?
It's like 11.
Oh. That's not enough.
11,000. But no, that's not enough. Shout out to Seraphinelia, who just resubscribed for the second month. So it did work before. And the message that came in was exclamation point play.
Nice.
All right, so let's get off to the races. I don't think Seraphinelia actually got added in
I
here.
don't think so either.
That is horseshit.
No.
This one definitely has a Borderlands feel to it with that cell shadedness. It's so fucked that it didn't. It's because it was the stupid subscription message.
And of course, says I really want to go back to Japan. We were supposed to go in April of 2020, but COVID hit, which a lot of my friends actually were supposed to go to Germany in 2020, and they never got to. Yeah, which is surprising for me that I had multiple people, wanting to go there.
Right now, this track looks awesome. And What's for Dinner is currently in the lead with I Am Beef Trainer in second place.
Elizabeth Tree says, I've never been to Japan, but need to go. Yeah, you do. Captain Fake Guy says Japan
balls.
is amazing.
What's for Dinner got shot straight to the second plane, capital S, capital P. And everyone else that's getting shot don't seem to be having too much trouble with the jump. Captain Fake Guy just ricocheted off and went to hell.
Captain Fake Guy also says, everything is so orderly and on time, and it is great for type A's like me. It is
so nice being there.
It was nice being people that are from a foreign country that don't know anything,
Just having everything so set up to be courteous.
Yes.
Is such a wonderful
Sarah Fernalia says, I'm unsubscribing.
That's a funny joke.
The Curse Wolf says, I want to go to Japan to see the Gundam. I wish we could make it to Japan before they take down the Gundam.
Yeah.
But
here's the thing about going to see the Gundam. The one we saw was the Unicorn Gundam. You go out of your way, you get there, there's a mall right there, and then you wait like 45 minutes to see the Gundam activate, you hear the sounds, and then you're like, it's just a big fucking robot.
But it's cool.
And I'm just standing here waiting now, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to do after this. ASB Bunny. Oh no, Shamasho might actually land this. Shit. Will they stick the landing? They do. Congratulations. ASB Bunny comes in second. Don't forget, type in exclamation point merch. Click that link. Go to Robin's Quiet Corner. Find a spooky sticker and claim your prize by letting us know which one you want.
Nefcore says, Japan's so much fun, but you got to make sure it's for at least 2 weeks. Yes, you need at least 2 weeks. Cursewell says, they aren't already taking it down, are they? There is Gundam. There's like a Gundam pier, Gundam Harbor. And they're taking down Gundam Harbor. It used to be a whole thing, like this whole... That's the one that has the Gundam that can actually look Gundam. Like it walks.
Right.
I think they're taking that down. It was only supposed to be till, I think this October. But who knows if they're keeping it up because there's no tourists, right? They're not allowing anyone in the country. So I'm not sure. But I remember the Gundam was the first thing that we went to do the day after we arrived. Yep. We went and saw the fucking Gundam.
As soon as we walked out, it transformed.
Yeah, and Adam's like, nice. I don't know what we're doing. And I was like, just, the music started playing. The Gundam music started playing. And he's like, oh, shit.
I was like, oh, this is what we're doing. Cool.
But we had good food, I mean, the whole time we just ate good food. And that's really, like...
It was a blast. I love that.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, Shamasho goes up to 8 points on the season. Bunny goes up to 6. Chunkster is tied for the lead at 8. Cursed Wolf now has 3. Phazon has 2. Glitch has 2. Enzomatrix has 1. Lizzie has 1. I have 1. And Kayla Ray Reeds is tied for the lead at 8 as well.
Captain Fake Eye says, the one problem is I don't speak any Japanese, but I look like the people there and everyone thought I spoke Japanese.
That's funny.
But once you speak English, they're like, oh, okay, we got you. You know what I mean? They're
So
like
many
really
folks,
nice about it.
we're in Tokyo a lot.
A lot of people spoke English. When
Yeah.
we went to Disneyland, it was when you ask for directions to things, right? You just ask them like, you know, where's the haunted house or haunted mansion or wherever, and it's instructions, even though it's in Japanese, are very simple, so you can kind of figure it out. Like, and they use their hands, right? They're like this, and then they say this ride, and then this, you know, whatever, and then they say this ride. But it was nice. It was fun. I don't know.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
We'll go back at some point in the very near future, without a doubt. That said, I believe we are now at the final countdown, so to speak, for this episode.
Are we gonna get in trouble if we do too much of that?
Probably. Okay. But I don't know how much is too much. So good stuff. Those were fun races. I really enjoyed that final track we raced, and I had a good time reading these stories, and we hope you had a good time listening. I'm going to go ahead and do the outro now. What?
Just how you said that. It's just like, okay, cool.
Well, after this, I have to edit the episode immediately, post it, get it ready to go, and then I have to go pack, and then I have to go try and get to sleep as fast as I can so that I can wake up at 3:45 a.m.
I'm Beef Trainer. Redeem a high five. High five.
Ow. All right, no more high fives will be redeemed after this. If you redeem them, you will lose your points. Gotta wait for that car to pass. So I want to thank everyone who wrote those stories out there in the ether sea, so to speak, of the interwebs. Ether Sea is the name of the new Adventure Zone arc.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
Either way, if you have a story you would like us to read that you have written or that you have read somewhere, go ahead and let us know by emailing pastatime@scaryish.com or hitting us up on any of our social medias. You can go to our website, scaryish.com, click on Contact Us, fill out that form, hit us up on Facebook. It's facebook.com/scaryish podcast. Twitter is @scaryish_pod, and Instagram is @scaryish_podcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. You can go to You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are monthly donations. Tiers start at $1. At $1, you get ad-free. Can't go wrong with ad-free episodes.
Ad-free is the way to be.
And if you're not into the monthly donation type thing, you can go to ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are one-time donations. All your donations going to upgrade our studio setup and kind of keep us going and keep us making this content, doing the research, doing the recording, doing the fun times, getting to know everyone.
Paying for those back-end fees, man.
And we're really thankful.
We are indeed. So thank you so much to everyone who listened. We appreciate you in every way we possibly could because you all are amazing. That's everything we have for Pastatime number 15, 16, 16, I think it is. So, Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.